Right now, the man found dead after a pursuit and standoff in Albion this week was no stranger to law enforcement. We dig into his criminal history.
Plus, police are investigating after a bus rapid transit stop on Madison's west side is damaged. How you can help police find who is responsible.
And a statue honoring the life of Belle Phillips gets final approval to go up on the state capitol grounds. How soon until it's erected? Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. We are learning more information tonight about one of the two people involved in a pursuit and standoff that ended Wednesday night in the town of Albion. 38-year-old Alexander Grunke was found dead after breaking into a home and barricading himself in the basement. Grunke, who is from Middleton, is a person of interest in the death of a 32-year-old Tana Poppy in the state of Iowa.
Authorities are no stranger to Grunke. Braden Ross dug into his criminal history. And Braden, what did you find?
Yeah, well, Grunke's criminal record actually goes all the way back to 2006 when he was charged alongside his twin brother and another man for digging up a woman's corpse so his brother could have sex with it. That was the first warning sign of many disturbing behaviors to come. And looking through pages of restraining orders and criminal complaints that came later, it turns out there were many, many more. Hundreds of pages of documents show a pattern of violent behavior, red flags, and desperate pleas for help.
Why did he want to have sex with a dead body? I don't know why.
It begins in 2006. A 22-year-old Alexander Grunke is charged in an attempted necrophilia case alongside his twin brother Nicholas and another friend. Grunke was sentenced to 2 years in prison in 2010 for the incident. In 2018, he was convicted of possessing a firearm as a convicted felon after he stole a handgun from his employer, Heller Recycling, here in Madison. Then multiple restraining orders from Grunke's own mother and brother, and one from the woman who would end up dead this week, 32-year-old Tana Poppy. The person of interest in her death is Grunke, the same man she warned authorities about just 6 months ago. In his restraining order filing, Nicholas Grunke wrote that his brother was, quote, growing increasingly violent toward anyone who gets in the way of his family as he wants it. His letter described concerns about Grunke's relationship with Poppy's 13-year-old daughter. 3 months later, Grunke was charged with abducting the 13-year-old. In January, Poppy reported her daughter missing to Iowa County Sheriff's deputies, telling them her daughter considered Grunke a father figure and saying she worried they may have a sexual relationship. Madison police located the girl with Grunke the next day. They found cocaine and methamphetamine in her system. She was returned to Poppy, but this week, Grunke and the girl ended up together in a car once again. This time, it ended in 3 deaths: Grunke, Poppy, and the 13-year-old girl she tried to protect. Now, we still don't know how that 13-year-old girl died. Authorities say she didn't have any visible wounds on her when they found her. Poppy leaves behind a 5-month-old baby that she shared with Grunke.
And we want to remind you that there are local resources available for victims of domestic violence. Domestic Violence Intervention Services days can be called at any time. That phone number on your screen, 608-251-4445.
An update now on a reported armed robbery from earlier in the week in Fitchburg. Police are saying it didn't happen as initially reported, but 3 people were still arrested in connection to that incident. A woman reported that she and her child had been knocked to the ground by a man in a parking lot of a shopping center on Caddis Bend. That was on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, officers and investigators identified a vehicle of interest, located it at an apartment complex, and arrested 2 people there. A 3rd person was also taken into custody later.
Madison police say someone damaged glass panes last month at one of the city's new BRT shelters on the west side. Here's a look at that damage. They believe they were shattered by a projectile the size of a BB. This was at the bus stop under construction at Mineral Point Road and Rosa Road. Construction workers found this on March 25th, but when they were last working in the area on March 21st, there was no damage. Police are investigating, and they would like you to call them if you know who's responsible. You can leave a tip with Crime Stoppers. That phone number, 608-266-6014. And taking a look at the Beltline on this Friday evening, many people starting their weekends right about now, and they are in for quite a treat weather-wise. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington shares just how warm it could get in the first warned forecast.
Yes, Charlotte, indeed, and I love looking at that sky cam. You can see how green the grass is getting out there, too, with our mild temperatures. It's going to get really mild this weekend. 69 on your Saturday, 72 degrees on your Sunday. The winds are also not going to be quite as strong as they've been over the course of the past 24 hours. So picture-perfect weekend. I hope everybody has some nice outdoor plans. If that is something that suits your fancy for the weekend. I know we've got allergies out there, too, but the temperatures will be nice. 69 again on your Saturday. We get even warmer on Sunday, 72. We hang on to 72 on Monday going on into your Tuesday, and then those temperatures take a crash. Something's going on here as we go on Tuesday into your Thursday, and it's an impactful weather system that could bring severe weather to southern Wisconsin. Temperatures across the rest of the area right now, 59 in Madison, 63, so holding on to that. In Janesville, still holding on to 63 out to the west, in Boscobel, and 60 to the north in Wisconsin Dells. That northwest wind out there has been gusty, upwards of 30 miles per hour, and that puts just a tiny little bit of a bite in the air. There we see those winds. That's sustained at 15 at the airport in Madison, with the temperatures hanging out a little bit above normal for this time of year. Alert day conditions are right around the corner, though. It's the warmth that provides some of the fuel and the energy for the potential for severe weather that we're tracking for all of southern Wisconsin. This would be on Tuesday. There could be around Tuesday morning, and there could be around Tuesday afternoon and evening for all severe weather hazards. Coming up a little bit later in Maine Weather, I will explain some of the complexities that could limit potentially the severe weather threat on Tuesday.
What's been a few years in the making became official today. A statue of Val Phillips will be erected on the Capitol grounds sometime in June. The State Capitol and Executive Residence Board granting final approval for a statue commemorating the life and legacy of Val Phillips. It'll become the first statue of a black leader or any person of color on the grounds of the State Capitol.
We want to make sure once this statue goes up in June, that Val Phillips and her legacy live on, not just by seeing a statue. We want young kids and all families of life to see representation at our state capitol.
Val Phillips was the first black American and woman elected to statewide office in Wisconsin, serving as the 29th Secretary of State. Other achievements include her being the first black woman to graduate from UW-Madison Law School and the first black judge in Wisconsin. A number of Republicans running for office continue to voice their stances on abortion rights in the state.
Well, most recently, candidates for U.S. Senate have spoken out. Our Catherine Merck joins us in studio to explain how this issue will play a key role in the November election.
As the 2024 race heats up, Democrats are betting big on abortion rights as a major driver for votes. On the other side of the aisle, Republicans running for office this year have voiced their thoughts on the issue, which might have to appeal to a divided American people.
Obviously, I want anybody that wants to have a child to have a child.
Republican U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde believes women who are early on in their pregnancy should have a choice when deciding to have an abortion, while talking to reporters on Milwaukee's North Side last week.
I believe in exceptions. I believe in the beauty of life. I think women early on in a pregnancy should have a right to make a choice. But I think there is a point where once a baby can be born healthy and alive, that's unconscionable that that baby could be terminated.
That's a contrast to his previous statements in 2012 when he was, quote, totally opposed to abortion and wanted to protect all human life from conception.
If we look at Trump and we look at Eric Hovde, who's been endorsed by Trump, they're trying to dance away from this issue.
Sarah Rodriguez is Wisconsin's Democratic lieutenant governor. She tells us that she believes Republicans will have to make this kind of change if they want to have a chance against Democrats in November.
We know that over 60% of people in the state of Wisconsin want to make sure that women have access to reproductive health care. That includes Democrats, independents, and Republicans. They know what's at stake in this election in November, and they're going to make sure that we know it at the ballot box.
We'll have the full interview with the Lieutenant Governor of Wisconsin Sunday morning at 10:30 on For the Record.
More stories ahead at 6, including billions of dollars in student debt canceled by President Biden.
Plus, News 3 Now has an exclusive interview with Miguel Cardona, the U.S. Secretary of Education. Hear how he sees the local economic impact of the president's student debt relief plan.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
We've successfully represented people injured in truck accidents for more than 35 years. We know what it takes to get the results you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Now's the best time to refresh your space during Steinhaffel's Best Brands sale. Take an extra 10% off all our best brands. Canadel, Gosho, King Hickory, Flex Steel, and more. All 10% off. Need a little extra help transforming your space? Save up to $200 on our design services. Plus, make your new room more affordable with Steinhaffel's 60-month financing. It's Steinhaffel's Best Brands sale. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Easily take on your outdoor cleaning projects with Masterforce pressure washers. They have the power you need to make short work of any job. Pick up this 3,000 PSI pressure washer for $329.29 after rebate. The Masterforce 80-volt self-propelled lawnmower is powerful, efficient, and hassle-free. So you can spend less time working on your lawn and more time enjoying the results. Get one for $499.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Sockberry Healthcare is here to help. To help with your shoulder pain,
your knee injury,
that hip that bothers you,
with your foot or ankle pain.
We focus on quality.
We focus on results.
And take time to listen.
So that your care is the best care for you.
You.
You. You.
For you. We're here for you.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics. Listening, healing, caring. It's in our nature.
Wednesday at 10, a massive renovation project creates chaos for residents of an affordable housing complex in Beloit. Last month, I showed you their concerns. Now others are speaking out. I'm going back to the top for answers. Wednesday at 10.
Biden administration says it's forgiving another round of student loan debt, more than $7 billion worth. That move will impact some 277,000 borrowers, part of a program enacted by the White House to make it easier for some specific groups of borrowers, like public sector workers, to qualify for loan forgiveness. But Republicans have sharply criticized the program. They argue the president is transferring the cost of student loan debt to taxpayers who chose not to go to college or who already paid for it themselves. Now, President Biden announced more student debt relief just this morning. The announcement will impact close to 4,000 borrowers right here in Wisconsin.
That is according to U.S. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona. He sat down for an exclusive interview with our political reporter, Will Keneally.
Well, if you remember back to Monday, the president announced plans for future debt relief. But in contrast, this debt relief, it's going out the door today. Now, that brings the total number of Wisconsinites receiving student loan relief to more than 44,000. Now, that equates to $2 billion. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona told us those kinds of funds have a significant impact on the local economy.
That means that in Wisconsin, the local economy has $2 billion back there for people to buy homes, for teachers to have some disposable income to maybe buy their first home or help their children go to college.
Now, this is part of an expansive one-on-one sit-down we had with the secretary, and you can see more from our interview at Sunday at 10:30 on For the Record.
Still ahead at 6, a stranger's selfless gift continues to live on nearly 30 years later.
And coming up, a lacrosse woman shares her harrowing health journey, still alive thanks to her organ donor. And Alex returns another complete check of your First One forecast ahead of a very nice weekend.
It's our lowest prices of the season at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop unbeatable deals on the things you need for spring, like a great range of Scott's and Miracle Grow premium lawn and garden products, including Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed, $59.99 after sale and $10 mail-in rebate. Scott's Grub X Season-Long Grub Killer, $22.99 after sale and rebate. And 2 cubic foot bags of Miracle Grow garden soil, just $9.99. Don't miss our lowest prices of the season in-store or online at farmandfleet.com.
Watch this. Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. The problem will disappear before your eyes with a revolutionary topical formulation that works in just minutes, and the effects will last for hours. Over 1 million people are using this topical technique to visually reduce puffiness and bags, even fine lines and wrinkles on the face and forehead. Introducing Plexiderm. Jump on board and say yes to this amazing $14.95 Plexiderm trial. Order right now. We'll pay your shipping.
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sonobello.
With Sonobello, day one, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up.
Look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately.
And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sonobello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sonobello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone. But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
City of Beloit inviting residents to participate in No Mow May thanks to a change in an ordinance. But if you want to participate, you'll have to register with the city. By registering, you'll get a city-issued sign saying that you're participating in the program. You also have to ensure that the grass and weeds don't get taller than a foot in height. No Mow May is a growing movement. By pausing your mowing, flowers bloom more easily. That helps early season pollinators. And we've included a link to register on this story. Just look for it online, channel3000.com. Are you signed up to be an organ donor? That decision could help save a life.
A La Crosse woman is no stranger to hospital rooms. She spent much of her early life battling liver disease. 28 years ago, that all changed, she says, thanks to a gift from someone she never met. Michael Germain tells us Betsy Klein's story.
This is my donor. His name is Stephen. He passed away very tragically. But to him and his family, I can't thank you enough for the gift you gave me. You've allowed me to do so many things that I would have never been able to do had I not received this gift.
It's often said the best gifts in life come from strangers.
My story started 28 years ago. Well, actually, it started 34 years ago.
Betsy Klein knows that better than anyone.
I had ulcerative colitis growing up. I was diagnosed with that at the age of 12.
She spent much of her early life battling one disease after another. At age 27, it was primary sclerosing cholangitis.
They watched my liver counts and did ultrasounds, watching how things were progressing.
5 years later, more bad news. A blood clot in the portal vein of her liver. The only path forward was a transplant.
I went through 6 months of testing to be put on the waiting list, and I was told it would probably be anywhere from 6 to 8 months or longer before I heard anything.
For many, it can take years before a donor is found. But only a few months later, on her 34th birthday in 1996, a gift arrived from a stranger.
I received my call from Madison. They had found a liver. I can't thank them enough. It's just an overwhelming gratitude and love.
28 years later, Betsy says she's stronger and healthier than ever. She credits Stephen and his family for thinking of others during one of the most difficult times of their own lives.
I wish he were still here. I'm sorry that he had to pass away, but I'm so grateful that he made the decision he did before he passed away.
Now her message to others is to consider becoming a donor. To sign up, you can visit organdonor.gov/sign-up. Time for another check of your first warn forecast. And you're going to want to spend some time outside these next couple days, Alex.
Yes, indeed, Eric, for two reasons. One, it's going to be absolutely picture perfect. And then two, as we go on into early next week, even though it'll be warmer, we'll have shower and thunderstorm chances so that your activities outside are probably going to be limited as we go into Monday and Tuesday of next week. Cool overnight tonight, and the three things you need to know: seasonably cool. What does that mean? Upper 30s for this time of year. That warm weekend ahead, and it's that warm weather that provides the fuel for alert day conditions on your Tuesday. More on alert days in just a moment. 59 out there right now. That north-northwest breeze out there sustained at 15, gusting to 30, puts just a little bit of a bite in the air. air out there, but gorgeous overall. 63 in Janesville, 62 in Lone Rock, 60 in the Dells right now, and 63 our friends in the Wisconsin River Valley tuning in from Boscobel. Again, a gorgeous night tonight when you join us for our 10 o'clock show. Temperatures will still be pretty close to 50 degrees across the area, upper 40s in some spots with that northwesterly breeze continuing, and that breeze will slowly work its way down overnight tonight. So will the temperatures. We start off, again, where we should be for this time of year for lows, mid to upper 30s, 36 in the Wisconsin River Valley. They tend to cool down a little bit more in those ravines and valleys. 37 here in Madison and 40 in Monroe. By the time we get to the lunch hour, take it outside, get a walk in if you can. 64 in Lone Rock, 62 in Camp Douglas, 59 in Watertown over towards Jefferson, and 62 in Janesville. We'll do upper 60s to the lower 70s on your Saturday. Clouds will build in a little bit more as we head towards the evening. A fleeting chance, just a quick chance of a shower Saturday night. Not expecting thunderstorms Saturday night at this point in time, but we are expecting thunderstorms as we go on into your Monday night late. Going on into your Tuesday, we could be actually having 2 or 3 bouts of thunderstorms on your Tuesday, all of which could pose a severe weather potential. At our 10 o'clock show, I will be timing and tracking some of those rounds of those thunderstorms, so tune in then. Right now, I just want to let folks know all hazards are possible. This would be high winds, damaging winds, hail, and the potential for tornadoes. Certainly not out of the question. For our friends at the Storm Prediction Center to outline a risk of severe weather 4, 5, 6 days in advance. We had an outlook even yesterday. That's not very common this early in the severe weather season. So what this basically means is business. The potential here for severe weather is got the interest of the meteorological community and certainly the interest of our First Warn Weather team. I mentioned there's some complexity to this. There always is with severe weather forecasting. If we have too much shower and thunderstorm activity on your Tuesday, meaning it's too cloudy, there's a lot of rain, that limits the heating, that limits how warm we can get, and that heat provides the fuel for thunderstorms. So if we have less heat because of too many clouds and too persistent rain showers and thunderstorms throughout Tuesday, that could lower the severe weather chance, and that's something that we'll be keeping an eye on over the course of this weekend. Speaking of the weekend, Saturday, 69 for high temperatures, 72 on your Sunday, 72 on Monday as those clouds increase. Thunderstorms later on your Monday night, likely Tuesday. That front could hang around close enough on Wednesday for another thunderstorm chance, and then we cool off after that weather system moves off to the east. Quick viewer photos here. Thanks, Bill, from McFarland, showing us this nice sunrise. Your Saturday morning and your Sunday morning will also have some very nice sunrises, too.
And coming up in sports, Ches Malusi finally healthy for the Badgers, while he says he wouldn't change his last 3 years in Madison. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday. Buy one, get one free on marinated pork loin fillets or tenderloins. Buy one, get one free on fresh ground beef patties. Buy one Edie's ice cream, get one free. Get a BOGO on Craven Flavors snack crackers. Get a BOGO on Nabisco Chips Ahoy cookies. And buy one, get one free on select Post cereal. Don't miss the Hy-Vee BOGO sale this Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Hanson's knows that your home is a place of comfort and protection. That's why our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant windows, roofing, siding, and gutters, as well as our bathtubs and showers, are guaranteed. With over 30 years' experience and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're your trusted home improvement expert. Get 50% off installation or enjoy no interest and no payments for 2 years.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference. by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Lyle Lovett and his large band. The four-time Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter. July 2nd, Overture Center for the Arts.
Of all the days I love best the 12th of June.
Reserve seats on sale now at overture.org. An unforgettable night with Lyle Lovett and his large band live.
People throw the injury-prone thing out there. Yeah, I've had my fair share of injuries, but like injury-prone injuries are where someone is injuring the same thing multiple times over and over and over again. I think at the end of the day, I just have luck sometimes.
Definitely bad luck. In his 3 seasons in Madison, Chez Mellusi saw each season end early with injuries to his knee, his arm, and last year at Purdue, to his leg and ankle. But with each setback, Mellusi came back. The 6-year senior running back is healthy again and made it a point to be ready for spring ball, so he didn't have to shake off the rust during fall camp after playing just 4 games in 2023. And the grind to get back to the field again is part of a journey that Mellusi wouldn't have any other way.
At this point, I'm just so used to it. Like, it's never been easy. And at this point in time, like, I mean, I don't even really know if I want it to be easy because, like, I don't know, it's part of my story. And at this point, I've just been embracing it. I think a lot of people know, I think everyone knows, I mean, if I stay healthy, I think the sky is the limit. And I think the main goal is just to be myself. I'm not going to put a goal on, like, I want to have 2,000 yards, I want to do this, I want to do that. I just want to win games.
Named after a former Badger, the Mike Richter Award never before has been won by a Badger. That is until today, when Kyle McClellan made Wisconsin men's hockey history as the Badger netminder was named the goaltender of the year. McClellan went 24-12-1 between the pipes this year and led the country in shutouts and tied for the national lead in save percentage. And the Packers tailgate tour made a pit stop at Dodgeville High School this morning, where current and former Packers, along with Mark Murphy, surprised a packed gym and had a little fun with the Dodgers while talking about the importance of being a leader.
Special, just being able to be out here, you know, just give back to the community and just put smiles on their faces, it means a lot. Just talking to some of the kids, this is the first time they've seen some of the Green Bay Packer players, so it's special to be able to go out here and interact with the kids.
Pretty cool to see your heroes up
Always
close.
a big draw when the Packers stop by. Former and current. Alex is back. Good-looking weekend ahead.
Great-looking weekend. 69 on your Saturday, 72 on your Sunday. What are we doing? Well, I'm going to go hang out with Graham Harrington out on the deck. That's what I'm going to do. That's at least the plan. You'll hear the frogs from the marsh below. Nice weekend, warm temperatures. That's the fuel, though, for those alert day conditions we're tracking for the potential of severe weather on Tuesday. It could be Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, with the best chance right now Tuesday afternoon, and going into your Tuesday evening, as we will continue to track that weather system, of course. All hazards are possible with that weather event, so all weekend we'll be keeping an eye on the latest track of that storm.
All right, Alex, thanks. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.